Now that you've completed Module 3 and thought about how to build a cohesive online community, you're ready to move on to Module 4 and begin thinking about how you can teach your students to thrive in an online learning world, specifically as it relates to topics of digital citizenship, copyright, and fair use. Also, you will develop an understanding of the technology standards for students and teachers. In the textbook, be sure to pay very close attention to the section on digital citizenship, as this is directly related to your portfolio project. Be sure to use the links in the textbook that take you to the Common Sense Media website. You might go down a rabbit hole of interesting information there, but it's worth the time spent. Let's take a look at the Module 4 assignments. Your first assignment is to create a discussion post, and then respond to at least 2 of your peers. This week's discussion post will be completed on a fun and interactive application called Flipgrid. Flipgrid is like the discussion thread that you've been using, except that it utilizes video rather than text. Imagine the possibilities for students who are very verbal but have challenges when it comes to the mechanics of writing. The trick here is to be sure to completely answer the discussion thread prompt while not completely reading off a paper. Have a little fun with it. You can post your discussion video from anywhere if you download the app to a smartphone. You can review your own video before you post and start over if you don't like it, or even delete it after posting. Also, remember that you're to respond to the posts of at least 2 of your peers. A good first tip for this week is to rely on your textbook and be sure to delve into the student resources to help deepen your understanding of this topic. Your next assignment is your portfolio assignment. This assignment will be included in your final portfolio website that we send off to LEC. This week's assignment is pretty straightforward if you read the directions and delve into the required items. You will create an infographic that explains one topic of digital citizenship that we covered in our readings. Like last week, this week's portfolio assignment is reliant mostly on your ability to incorporate your readings, but also pay close attention to the required elements and the structure of your assignment. Be sure to use free-to-use images. If you are unsure, use a different one. Images you use in an infographic creation application are usually okay to use without attribution. For this week's assignment, you'll need the embed code, as that usually works better than turning it into a JPEG image. If you only have access to an image, be sure to remember your alt text requirements. Also, don't forget to use meaningful links and give attribution when needed. Many people forget to add the APA citations for the resources that they used. Finally, be sure to take a good look at the examples listed as a submenu under the student resources. Feel free to use the structures they use, but put in your own content. A lot of revision requests are simply for missing sections of this assignment. By now, you are probably familiar with the format for your third assignment and reflection. Be sure to stick with the same frameworks that you used in previous modules. Don't forget, after this week, you will be halfway to completing the components needed for your final portfolio and ultimately your LEC certification. Thanks for watching.